When the Himalayan peasant meets the he-bear in his pride, he shouts to scare the monster, who will often turn aside. But the she-bear, thus accosted, rips the peasant tooth and nail. For the female of the species is more deadly than the male. When Nag, the basking cobra, hears the careless foot of man, he tries to wriggle sideways and avoid it if he can. But his mate makes no such motion where she camps beside the trail, because the female of the species is more deadly than the male. When the early Jesuit fathers preached to Hurons and Choctaws, they prayed to be delivered from the vengeance of the squaws. 'Twas the women, not the warriors, who turned those early Christians pale. For the female of the species is more deadly than the male. Man's timid heart is bursting with all the things he dare not say. For the woman that God gave him isn't his to give away. So, when husband meets with hunter, each confirms the other's tale, that the female of the species is more deadly than the male. But the woman that God gave him, with every fibre of her frame, proves her launched for one sole issue, and she's armed and engined for the same. And to serve that single issue, lest the generations fail, the female of the species must be more deadly than the male. She who faces death by torture for each life beneath her breast cannot deal in doubt or pity, cannot swerve for fact or jest. These be purely male diversions, not in these her honour dwells. She's the other law we live by, that law and nothing else. She can bring no more to living than the power that makes her great. As the mother of the infant and the mistress of her mate. And when babe and man are lacking, and she strides unclaimed to claim her right as femme and baron, her equipment is the same. She is wedded to her convictions in default of grosser ties. Her contentions are her children. Heaven help him who denies. He will meet no suave discussion, but the instant, white-hot, wild, wakened female of the species, warring for spouse and child, unprovoked and awful charges, even as the she-bear fights, speech that drips, corrodes and poisons, even as the cobra bites. Scientific vivisection of one nerve till it is raw, and the victim writhes in anguish, like the Jesuit with the squaw. And so it comes that man the coward, when he gathers to confer with his fellow braves in council, he dare not leave a place for her, where, at war with life and conscience, he uplifts his innocent hands to the God of abstract justice that no woman understands. And man knows it, And he knows, moreover, that the woman that God gave him may command, but may not govern, shall enthrall, but not enslave him. And he knows it, because she's told him. And her instincts never fail, that the female of her species is more deadly than the male.